Is this thing on? I hope this thing is on. Hello, hello, hello. I hope we're going live and direct into your house, and if anything is supposed to go wrong, this is the moment from which anything that can possibly go wrong will potentially go wrong. So don't worry about anything. If we have any unexpected interruptions, we'll be trying to get back on the spot as soon as possible. And by the way, I just learned, after not touching Twitch or anything related to streaming for a long period of time, that Twitch is now forcing ads on you, dear viewers. So I'm already very much sorry in advance for any unexpected interruptions. I tried to find a setting for turning ads off or something, but apparently I'm not cool enough. So I don't know. Really sorry for anything you'll see on the stream that's not related to Netrunner, because Netrunner is the name of the game for today, and it's been a while. And it's going to be quite interesting, because today we have quite a unique, one-of-a-kind, your only opportunity in a lifetime to see something really cool happen. No, I'm kidding, of course. But an event which was dubbed very aptly and very suitably the Summit of Champions, or as I like to say it, the Summit of Champions. And we're going to have two players from this year's, National Championships, the last year of National Championships, according to Null Signal organized play setups. So we're gonna have the French National Champion for 2024, also known as the Forever French Champion, versus the Swiss National Champion 2024, also known as the Forever Swiss Champion. You will never ever again have national champions unless that changes. But honestly, I don't know. I mean, it's just a title, right? What else is there to prove? Anyway. We're going to have two people battling it out today in a double-sided event where we'll see who beats who, in a way. And of course, it's super ultra-friendly, only for bragging rights. And we're also going to have the two tournament organizers from the two tournaments talking a bit about these events, because they were quite fun, from what I heard, and I also got the chance to join one of those live in person, which was absolutely awesome for me as well. But we're gonna get there in a second. For now, let me just. Oh, we're already getting things tricky. What? Let me just make sure that everything is working on this side, and I'm gonna be introducing the people for today in a few seconds. We're gonna have Luke Nukem. And we're also going to have Rainbow Monkey joining us as the tournament organizers for Switzerland and France, respectively. And we're going to have Davs131 and Warlock as the two champions, as in the French champion and the Swiss champion, joining us a bit later, because we're going to have also games in between. So yeah, you may have already gathered from me babbling around incomprehensibly that there will be two games. We're gonna have a runner deck facing a corp deck, and then surprise, a corp deck facing a runner deck. Some of these decks are published, so you will be able to follow the action live if you open up your Netrunner DB Windows. Some of the decks have not been published yet in their current form, so I'm just gonna give you the closest one that's published, and then you will see that there's a bit of a spicy twist in there, also known as, well, you know, reading the meta well and what good players do every time before a big tournament, as in preparation. Anyway, back to where we were. I think and I hope that we can have both TOs going live and direct with me. I'm just gonna try and connect right now. Let's see. Luke and Rainbow Monkey, can you hear me?
Yes, you are very quiet though.
I'm very quiet. Woo, wait a second.
It's good on the stream though. I was listening to you. Just
Okay, wait. Am I quieter? Am I less quiet now? Is this okay?
You're loud
Yes.
now, which is good.
Okay, I'm loud. Okay, well, sorry for that, and I hope I'm not too loud. But anyway, like I said, anything that can possibly go wrong is gonna go wrong. So, before I mess stuff up, let's start with... well, actually, which tournament did start earlier? Because they were both happening on the same weekend, which is why I have this...
Swiss Nats happened earlier, I believe.
They started
Started
just...
on Friday, right?
Okay, oh yeah, so okay,
Yeah, true.
in chronological order there. Luke, introduce yourself, and then we're gonna have say a few words about yourself. Then we're gonna have Rainbow Monkey introducing himself, and then we're gonna talk about the tournaments in a very disorderly way. But yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm Luke. I've been playing for about 8 years now, and this was the third Swiss Nationals that we hosted, and it was a lot of fun. I think this time around we had the most visitors or participants from abroad, with many joining us from Italy and from Germany. Unfortunately, as everyone knows, it happened on the same weekend as French Nets, so that was very little overlap. But yeah, been really good. I had a lot of help, obviously, from all the other TOs in Switzerland. That would be at Taraxis, Simon, also Vector's Florian, who many of you may already know from Worlds or from EMEA. Yeah, had a really
Cool.
good time there, and I think most people enjoyed themselves.
Cool. Rainbow Monkey, it's your turn.
Hi. Yeah, I've been playing for 6 years, give or take. My partner and the person who I'm married with taught me the game, and I decided to become involved because they described me a French community that was a bit hostile towards women and queer people, just a little bit, just a boys' club, you know. And I saw that there were no French events, and I decided to just take over. And they actually fled the French meta, so we're good now. And it's a good place. It's a good place to be in. I'm also translating for Null Signal Games, and I am the infamous European distributor that can't ship anything yet. So I'm getting back on it, and it should get to you soon. I promise.
Oh well, I mean, we're not opening any cans of worms here or anything. I mean, this was very brave of you to just say it's you. I mean, everybody knows anyway, but just in case, if anybody's thinking about opening a chat and saying, oh, by the way, I need to talk about the Nats kids, this is not the day today. Direct your queries and direct your questions and whatnot to the appropriate channels. By the way, I mean, let's just use this opportunity. Could you just drop, if people have questions, is it op at Null Signal or...
No, it will be support at Null Signal Games, nullsignal.games, and yeah, Dave is behind this email address and will answer to you, and yeah.
Awesome,
but,
perfect.
National Kids should not be an issue anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, this is the perfect thing. Thank you so much. And this is as much as we're going to be talking about the national kids and anything related to Null Signal stuff, because I mean, we don't want to just, detract the thing that's going to be happening in a few minutes. We're going to have the champs joining. But for the two of you, I have a question. Like, what was the most fun and on one side? Actually, no, let's start with the most fun. What was the most fun thing about organizing a national level event? Probably the last one, but I mean, you're going to be probably organizing Megacities in the new year. We're going to be talking about that later, maybe. But yeah, the most fun thing about the Nats events for either of you. And Monkey, let's start with you.
Yeah. The most fun thing each time it's getting the playlist. I guess people are really writing them last minute each time. I'm not asking for a written decklist or paper decklist each time, but I do prefer it. It makes deck checking easier. So I can leave for it, and people reach for pens and papers, and that's a bit of fun. But really, the most fun is seeing people having fun, and that's very, very rewarding in itself.
Okay, and look, what about you?
It's very much the same for me. What Hector just said. It's so great to see so many lovely people having a great time and enjoying themselves. But also this year we did a BCom style 2-player team event where teams had to build decks from the same or within the same faction, but with only one card pool available to them. So
nice.
The fight over hedge funds and free gambles and spin doctors was quite real for some teams. And I had a lot of really cool and interesting games within that frame, because power levels of the decks were taken down a notch, and people had to really think about some include and exclude and how to, distribute cards between the two decks.
Yep. Okay. I mean, yeah, I've been there. Fortunately, I couldn't be on both of the tournaments for obvious reasons that you stated earlier on.
Yeah.
And yeah, this was definitely a fun format, even though it's horrible to build. I mean, horrible. No, it's challenging to build decks like this, for sure. Okay, so now let's have the flip side. What was the most, speaking of challenges, what was the most difficult or challenging thing for either of you organizing your event? And I mean, be as honest as you want, of course. I mean, if you have some dark secrets about having to, I don't know, bribe the local Trimath or whatever, to make sure that they have a venue or something, you don't have to talk about it. But from your personal perspectives, what was kind of the biggest hurdle when you were organizing an event? And maybe connected to this, like, what would be your tip for anybody thinking of organizing a bigger event when you have people coming from different places, which is generally anything above a GNK, or like you and your circle of friends who play together and know each other very well, but like you have a bit of extra logistics on top. Luke, what would you say to this question?
I think the worst part was actually finding a date that would work for most people.
Mhm.
So obviously, if you want to do, or if you want to run a tournament, you try to get as many, or be able to get as many local people as possible. And just finding a date that works for a lot or most of the people is so hard. And then beyond that, I don't think we struggled a lot. Everyone was super cool and helpful about everything. So I think just finding the date was probably the hardest bit.
Okay. Rainbow Monkey, what
Yeah,
about France? Yeah.
Same. And I'm actually sad we ended up on the same date too. It would have been, nice. I would have absolutely came to Swiss Nationals this year if I could have myself. But yeah, finding a date can be challenging. Summer break is when people are away for vacations, and yeah, September is when people are getting back to work, so they're not available either. You have to avoid holidays, and yeah, there's not that many dates left. The venue was quite easy. We had a terrific venue, like we did in the past. That was actually the second French nationals at this venue, and yeah. But usually the venue is also a hurdle. So yeah, I'd advise to try and plan around the venue more than anything. Plan the date for the venue and not the other way around, if you can.
Fair enough. So, I mean, this is probably one of the biggest challenges for sure. Finding, I completely get the point that you made about people having their own schedules and trying to fit in all the people in a tight spot, especially time-wise, because you have to really aim for a particular weekend so that you have availability, but also people are interested in playing, because an event without people will not happen. And then, of course, you have to find a venue which is going to say, yeah, of course, come over and play card games. Why not? So this is the part where definitely is most challenging, you still managed to get enough people kind of rolling, so that's really great. What would you say? And this is going to be a trick question. If we had, because we have two nations here that are kind of known for different things, what would you say would happen if we had a cheese tournament between France and Switzerland? Like, who would win? And you can be as honestly brutal or as trickily mischievous with the answer here.
All right. I have a good answer, but I keep it for last.
Okay, Luke, you have to roll out first with your answer.
All right. So I think I'll take the Swiss way with my answer.
Okay.
And say I think we'd definitely be tied. There's so many great cheeses in France, and there's so many great cheeses in Switzerland. I wouldn't like to, it would be really hard to say that one people makes the better cheese here.
Okay, that's a very diplomatic answer. Okay. What do you have to say to this?
I do make better cheese because I'm vegan and I do vegan cheese.
Ah.
And that's obviously better. We vegans are known for being how do you say it again? Righteous assholes. So my cheese is better. Yeah.
Your words, not mine.
Seriously, I did work on true vegan cheese. There's bacteria growth and fermentation happening and all of that. And I'm partly responsible for kind of an upgrade in quality of vegan cheeses in France. So I'm quite happy with cheese myself.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, that's also a very cool answer. So we would say it's a tie, and then vegan cheese is good. So whoever rolls out the better, well, not better. The better. I mean, subjectively better vegan cheese may have a chance at becoming the champion of the people here. Okay, cool. I mean, that sounds great. Looking forward to next year, whatever big event you're going to be organizing, to have more cheese on the table for sure. And speaking of which, we should be. I mean, I've been showing some photos here, and we should be rolling towards the games. So, from the photos you shared with me, folks, could you pick one, and I'm just going to show it, and then we can talk about it. We have some photos from Switzerland and from France. So, Luke, which photo should I drop, so to speak, onto the screen? If there's something very, very representative of the event.
So if you want to show, I think the last one that I put in.
Yeah, sure. Is it the one with the final game?
Exactly.
Okay. So tell us a bit what's going on in here, because I've been there. I don't think I was the one taking the photo, but anyway, it's definitely epic.
Yeah, it was super epic. This is Warlock playing our own Sponge Trim in the finals. And it was quite a tense game.
Been there, seen that, yeah.
Yeah, so, and, well, you can see all of the lovely people watching it.
Yeah,
and
yep.
Me just looking really focused because I was judging the thing. No judge calls came up. The players were really, really focused as well on their game, and yeah, couldn't see any mistakes happening, which was super cool.
Yep, absolutely. One more thing I wanted to add: the things behind Warlock that you see, these are not the prizes for the tournament. They're not officially mandated NSG prizes or anything. Prizes, sorry. So yeah, just in case you're wondering, can I win a super cool banner and a huge cup? I guess you could, but I guess you could, and I guess you definitely could ask that to your local tournament organizers when those tournaments happen.
Yeah.
There is a mandated, like an official NSG set of prizes, but if somebody rolls out with a cup and a banner, why not? Absolutely should work. And one other thing that I'm just going to note here, and I'm just going to drop this in here because I was lucky enough to be there during this event. The room was absolutely silent, so that was quite cool, and you could follow kind of the in-game banter, which was great as well. And you could, not only because it was fairly hot on that day, but you could generally feel the excitement, and you could feel the pressure kind of in the room, because those games were kind of tight. I mean, it was loads of good Netrunner fun. Okay, Rambo Monkey, what about France? You gave me some awesome photos, so choosing one will probably be difficult, but which one should I choose?
Please, the one before the last.
Let's just see. Is this the one where we have people sitting in a room?
No.
Okay.
The one where people are throwing stuff.
Throwing stuff. Oh yeah, I had questions. So yeah. This is. I mean, this is definitely. Probably you just read my mind, but generally, what the heck is happening here? Is this a new way to win the Nats or something in France? You have to toss stuff.
No.
Tell us more.
If you look carefully, you might see that there's a playmat to win there, an old one at that, playmat with Lila Patel on it.
Okay.
And the game is this little plank you see in the back of the picture with the hole in it. That's a game called Cornhole.
Okay.
And that's a game from the Midwest in the USA. You throw bags of corn on the planks from 8 meters away. 8 meters away, and if the bag stays on the plank, you gain 1 point. If you manage to get the bag through the hole, you get 3 points. And whomever had the most points wins the playmat. That was wonderful of our side events, and we could do it because the building you see is where the venue. And it's a place dedicated to gaming culture, but like all games, and games are games as a social and cultural thing. It's a non-profit and it's awesome. So yeah, the venue was a no-brainer because I pay like 25 euros per year to make unlimited events here.
Wow.
And they also have games, and yeah, it's awesome, really.
That's really amazing.
Yeah, vegans throw corns. We hate vegetables, obviously.
Okay, I mean this is amazing because this makes me think. Just as a very quick aside as well, there was the German Nats, I don't know, 2019 maybe, which was in Nuremberg, and it was in the board game museum. So it's kind of the same thing. It's the same vibe. You join an event where you're already playing a cool game, and then there's a lot of cool games around you. It's like a library and a museum of games in one, and it was quite fun. So I mean, anything that you get to do in a cool environment. Also throwing corn. I mean, you can't be beat with this. I think this is a new meta, right? So to anybody from NSG listening and designing cards, we need a corn card and something to throw it into. I don't know how you're gonna pull it off, but yeah. Anyway,
share convenient. Anytime we also have a bar, a non-profit board game bar where we serve beers, and I'd be happy to serve you a beer.
That's amazing. And I'm just gonna have a very quick question because this was in Nantes, and I happen to actually have visited Nantes, and I'm really sorry we didn't get in touch because I was kind of wildly traveling and whatnot. But is this in this really cool fisherman's village or fishing village from the past that's kind of renovated and being turned into other things nowadays?
No,
Okay.
that's actually an old house. Public bath house.
Wow.
That's been turned into a place for games, and it's in the Ile de Nantes, the Isle of Nantes, which is an old industrial space that's been reclaimed by people.
That's amazing. So yeah. Yeah, so just as a final shout out, and the two of you are going to come back. I mean, no, you're not going anywhere, by the way, because you're going to be commentating. But as a final shout out, before we jump to the games, because we have the champs already warmed up and they're already in their corners, and I think they already decided who's going to win. So I mean, we'll see about that. But anyway, if you are thinking of going to France, people, and visiting something, please go to Nantes because it's a super cool city. Like, there's so much you can discover there and so many cool things. I'm not gonna start with the obvious touristy things, but you totally should visit the Island of Machines, which is a great place. And then there's just a ton of other things, a ton of other things. And like Rainbow Monkey was saying here, you can also get really cool craft beer and whatnot, and throw corn. So what we're gonna do right now is there's gonna be a bit of hopping around. I think we're gonna have I hope I don't mispronounce the nickname. If I do, I'm sorry. Galehar or Galehar joining us. And by the way, for anybody wondering what the heck was happening with Twitch chat, this is one of the things that sometimes happens. Yeah, things are not working, and then you have to tell me because Twitch changes settings, I don't change settings and whatnot. But anyway, Galehar should be joining us.
Hey,
Hey, we're on already. I can hear. Yeah, can you keep speaking just a second? Like keep saying. Oh, introduce yourself, of course.
yeah, just in the follow-up to what you were saying, I will shout out to Toulouse also. If you visit France, come to Toulouse. It's pretty cool too.
Okay, now we'll have to organize a game between Toulouse and Nantes to see who's going to win. I think you have that already in the football league in France, but we can do a Netrunner thing as well. Thank you so much for joining us. You were also playing at the event, right? In the French Nats.
I did, yeah. I finished third.
That's a great position. Congratulations on a great run. What we're going to be doing right now then, lovely friends, we're going to be jumping into the game because the champ's are already there. I mean, I just have to make sure... okay, we're here. I'm already in there. I think they have casual legal decks. This is scary, huh? But okay. And I'm just going to be switching the screen. Please be patient and bear with me. Anyway, here we go. You should be able to see that. Apologies for all the weird color schemes and whatnot. But I would just say to both of the champions, to all the commentators, please join the table as well, of course. Oops. If something doesn't work, then we're gonna see things. But I'm leaving the commentating to the three of you. I'm just gonna be jumping out right now. I'm gonna be hopefully following the camera in the best of possible ways. The deck lists I'm gonna put in the chat more or less in a second, and you'll see what's gonna be happening. The commentary is over to you then.
All right. Good luck. Have fun.
Okay, so Warlock is playing his Up Super Heavy Logistics 74 cards. I'm not sure if they are playing the same decks as during the Nats. Looks like so.
Mhm.
And boss player Mulligans. So I'll be starting by installing 2 cards for the remote. I didn't have much time to prepare to check Warlock's deck list because it seems pretty crazy with a lot of threats, a lot of dark threats, mad combo, end of the line.
Yep. And he runs, 79 cards, I think, with, what's that, 10 3-point agendas?
Yeah, mostly 3-pointers indeed, yeah. I'm gonna put the deck list.
Yeah, he runs a CityWorks project, 3 STS, 3 Send a Message, and 3 Basalt Spires.
Yeah, just to cut in very quickly, 3 of the 4 deck lists should be the same. Warlock's deck, the runner deck that we're going to see later, is not published yet, so you're going to see it later on Netrunner DB. But yeah, go there, like, subscribe, whatnot, give them stars and whatnot, and this is going to be quite a fun matchup. Over to you.
Okay, I found the deck list, but the game has moving forward quite fast in the meantime. Dabs has already set up Maro, Ghostong, and the Lamb, accessing an SDS from Archive
Crazy.
and stealing it. Warlock isn't running Punitive. So
Nope, there's only 5 for operations, end of the line, extract, hedge fund, mad, and pivot.
yeah,
So
yeah.
at
Looking
least
I think the main game plan is to flood the runner with tag, and then do Mad and double another line, but in 2 turns. There's no Biotic or Woodwalker like in Ryan Downton's deck.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
3 upgrades on the remote, defending the Goliath.
Yeah, I'd see that work out in the finals. So he just installs a ton of stuff in there, and then he crashes everything with mutually assured destruction. And Yakov, Erikovich, Aftakov will give him a boatload of money.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, game moving quite fast. That's already on 3 core damage. Blade running hot. Waiting for the sabotage, only 3 cards in HQ. Over there will be a set. Yeah,
Okay,
barrage, but
first
oh,
connection.
so no money on that, so that will be a tag. 2 tags. 5 cards in hand. 1 click left. Clearing a tag, so that you don't die to double end of the line. Okay, regularly trashed. Another install in the remote. It's an urban renewal on top of a trunk. Completely home grid. Drawing and playing hedge fund. That's big 5 card in HQ. Game is going quite fast. Buzzsaw coming down. It was played last turn. Okay, new card to draw. Then marching. Drawing again. Strike fund, discard. Double strike fund. Pretty nice marching. 7 credits and 3 cards. Removing the tag and playing Mystic Miami. No run, no contest. Just setting up. Another install in the remote. Using trunk to draw a card. And yet another
install.
upgrade. An icing up Randy. Second ice play of the game. New card played and kicked. I assume it's untimed game. Anyway, at the pace it's going. Running hot. In all trashed. So Sabotage 2, 4 cards in HQ. Ready to face down in archives. 52 cards left in R&D. So one card trash from HQ, another for R&D. 4 clicks left, 6 credits. Still 2 counters out on your bound, so no rush to deal with it. In hoeing. That's a good way to dodge all the most of the upgrades. Overseer Matrix and Worry Tracker raised, and a Mavirus pop to bring another Worried, which actually does defend against the trashing the urban. Have fun. So accessing a
Okay.
Worry Tracker.
But not trashing.
That's pretty nasty. So what's 2 trays for trash 2 cards from the 2 Worrieds? And one attack from Overseer. So not trashing anything, drawing with Nuka.
Yeah, I think this deck is the reason that we should all slot 1 copy of or 2 copies of Because I Can into our decks.
Yes.
Yeah, Light the Fire seems pretty cool.
Oh yeah, you
Also.
could do with Light the Fire as well.
It does have border control, but Prince 74. Rock played. Get a
Okay.
Behemoth. Maybe it will help.
That's interesting.
I'm clicking for credits. 4 cards in hand.
There's no Light the Fire in the deck though, right?
No, I don't think so, no. That
So
happened
no
too.
possibility to get rid of the whole server at once.
That's 6 card raised. So threatening 6 tags with Mad. Drawing. Drawing again. And another Ice on HQ, and the Urban is still ticking down. Seems like a dire situation for devs. Being Ash and Epilogue. Mamie, Pinor, Raindrop, Seals King, and Bahar removed from the game. Now with a fresh hand of Alphas playing Lamb and on 1 credit. Getting a 0 coaster with the Urban Renewal, which is a Spin Doctor. Dash slash his whole hand, Strike Punch, Asuska, Banhar, and Dirty Laundry. Getting 2 credits. No cards in hand.
Does he have the
Warlock on.
Angelique in
Six.
hand?
Yeah, with SDS it's threat 3. That could be his game. 16 credits and 9 cards. Mad could also be problematic. But Warlock doesn't have the kill, apparently. Icing up R&D and playing Hedge Fund. 1 click left. And another card in the remote. Wow, that was that's unsurprisingly drawing up 3 cards and running archives. A lot of cards were discarded. Been used to for Gaslight and Announcing. My virus, but no virus on the board. Plays Extract. Extracting the Overseer. Getting 2 credits with Jacob and
There
getting
we
a
go.
Gaslight.
Gaslight.
Looking for combo pieces and an upgrade on R&D and a credit. 4 cards in hand. Still devs draw, then Steel Skin to draw more. Dirty Laundry, Archive again. Just building up money. Plays Behemoth. So, as a whole bucket suit. It's a 7th strength Behemoth, but only on 3 credits. And 1 credit on Misty. So,
I assume we
Warlock
can-
and Tutor with Gaslight now. Getting 2 credits with Yakov.
End of the line. Yeah.
installing another card on Tranquility to gain 2 credits. And I'm drawing 34 credits for Warlock. I'm clicking for another credit. That's drawing, then marching, Scouting Spark, Chechuska, and Blaston. Running HQ, I think there's a Crisium, so that's probably a Crisium on HQ to defend against Chechuska. For the control, Brock with Behemoth for 1 credit, Ice Wall, same, 1 more credit.
There's the mat
Which
in
was-
hand.
Yeah, Mad accessed from HQ, and Crisium not trashed, but only on 4 credits. Not much of a economy tax. God spent 5 credits trading those 2 eyes. I went on Archives. Urban Renewal. So now that's on 3 hand size. So he has to deal with this Urban. And an ice on it on Archives. Ice Wall has been advanced too. I'm not sure why. Doesn't do anything. Steel Skin, running hot.
Hmm.
6 cards. Hand size is only 2 raindrops on R&D.
I guess whether you have 3 or 2 hand size doesn't really matter if you're going to need and tank for meat, right?
Yeah. Sure what does plan here. Did you check out?
Okay.
And run again. With another stone. Oh, just making money. Trashing Drudge Walk from R&D.
Hmm.
8 left. Yeah, digging R&D, looking for a Jandal. Envelopment raised. Broken for 1 credit. Nothing from the R&D access. Playing strike from Lex Click. 2 cards in hand. Maybe trashing a strike from the hand. Warlock's drawing. Playing hedge fund and clicking for a credit, just doing nothing. Letting the urban threat tick down. Nuko. Playing Running Hot again. I don't know how many Running Hot has been played in this game, but many. I'm drawing again with Nuka. 3 clicks, 7 credits. 5 card in hand. Has to contest this remote somehow, maybe even if it means letting go of most of your board.
I definitely needs to keep Marrow and Behemoth, right?
Pinholing R&D. The once ever when you're sure there's no border control. And Overseer Matrix raised. Accessing the urban, trashing the urban renewal. So Trace 4, not boosted. So Nuka and Miami trashed. Another Trace. Nobody pays. Buzzsaw and Constant trashed. Getting 1 tag with Overseer Matrix. Okay, looks like he's surviving. But following Mad can be probably Warlock knows Mad. Let's see. I think he's well managed.
I think we're going to see the Mad now, right?
Yeah, probably. But does he have the two end of the lines? There's still 31 cards in R&D. He
Oh,
only
that's
needs one.
true.
Oh, he only needs one. What I'm saying. And we know he had a bit. Yeah, he does have the combo.
That's
So
true.
yeah, Mad.
There we go.
Trashing the whole remote. Probably not trashing anything in some tools where he doesn't have to. He has on one credit even with another running hot. That wouldn't do it. Don't think so. Gaining 10 from Yakov and tutoring the Spin
Doctor.
Doctor. Protect the agendas. Already discarding Propelling Archives. So I guess you run R&D from archive and R&D, something like that. Clicking for a credit. Yeah, R&D is 2 credits, I think.
Mm-hmm. But he would
only
need
running
to
once.
find 2 agendas right on top of R&D.
Yeah. No strikes from left. Running archives and Bloodman, that's 1 credit. In Dr. Pop, Frequency. One end of the line archives. No. Last running hot played.
Another running hot.
Inside is 0. Clicking for 2 and running R&D. That can only help for 3 points. Send a message. Oh no. GG. Well played.
Oh wow.
What a nasty deck.
Well, we just saw something that's how do you win against this deck? Basically, that's the thing. But I think we had Davs putting up a great fight, and we're gonna have the switch straight away. Yeah, we're gonna have both players. We're gonna have both players talking about the games and their decks and whatnot, and their own experiences, of course, afterwards. But time for the second game right now. Yeah, they're setting up. So let's just jump in straight away. No breaks, no nothing. Over to you.
Yeah, they are. It was pretty quick. But
Yeah, David was saying he was not confident on that that matchup at all.
yeah, the against the hub.
Yeah.
Well, during the French night, I played against David against Jinteki. I lost the game, but I was playing Arizona World Tree, but only 45 cards, and he wasn't very confident about the matchup too. So let's see.
But now we see
So,
the other side, right? Instead of one
Yeah.
huge remote, we see 3 very small remotes.
yeah, again, very quick. Marine, Court, and Star, only Miss Bones on the runner side. Creative Commission. Court, used to trash a card from HQ, gain 2, and draw a card. Okay, Bones is pretty good first answer for the runner in this matchup. They need to use high density economy cards, so they have a big stack. So not much threat of running out like I did. And installing 3 new remotes. Warlock drawing 2 cards and running server 1, crashing the cohort with a Miss Bones, installing a T400 for more hand size, Spin Doctor raised, and 3 more remotes installed, and a front company raised. R&D, then R&D, crashing Rashida from R&D, then running the front company, which was the central run, crashing with Miss Bones, drawing card and creative commission. So I'm playing control, not running face down, Rashida raised, Marlin taking down, and the corpse scoring a false lead. Trashing simul chip with net damage. Overlock drawing and running server 3. I think it's first face down run by the runner. Ting. That's 2 damage. Pizarron and Eka. Like asking for action because of false lead. The runner on 2 clicks left. No, not popping the false lead. Drawing a card. I'm drawing again to the 6 hand size. Marilyn finished and shuffled back in R&D. So still two unknown servers. And another one. A Wedge Walker. So probably we'll see more install and a nice. And 2 more servers. Ops on 8 credits, light the runner. Running server 12. It's a Bladder Rot. Crash with Miss Bone, of course. Court Guidance. Crash with Miss Bones. For 2 credits. Miss Bones close to running out on 3, and Daily Gas played by the runner. That's Mastery. Okay, so it's standing on server 6 and advancing. To search for the blacklist too. I can't remember what upgrade that is playing. So Nuka installed and click to draw, Shogun played, and then run an HQ, last click. Installing a Muse with Arizona, getting an SMC, wait, undoing. Okay, so run HQ, let's click. Muse, SMC, so getting a War Tree, I guess, yep. 0 credits. Already trashes Muse to get Coalescence. Comes back to 4 credits and sticking Blood in the Water. Losing a telework. 5 cards in hand. That's scoring a Fuji. Dealing 3 damage. Crashing telework, Echelon, and Coalescence. Lucas spent to draw 3 cards. Drawing again, 6 cards in hand. Running server 5. Using War Tree to refresh the Coalescence. Accessing a Daniela. Trashed with Miss Bones. And then getting Coalescence credit and clicking for a credit. Warlock is just controlling. 3 points to 4. Devs has been able to sneak 4 points. Drawing 3 times, getting a click with Wedge Walkers, refilling his hand. And installing a new remote. Only 1 credit left on bronze. Telecast almost finished. Warlock on 13 credits. Install Simulchip. And run server 6. With SMC and Ika, the bin and use, and another Daniela. Trashing Delicas with roll 3 to get a new car. Card draw is always useful, especially since Daniela forces the runner to add cards from the grip, taxing the grip, using Nuka to redraw, and trashing the Bladder Ward. Good control by Warlock. Dav spinning back the 2 Danielas into R&D. Still 41 cards in the stack. Not taxing the runner this way, I think. T400 also help. 3 new remotes and a credit with the Wedge Walker click. Runner immediately runs the first remote, which is another Spin Doctor. Roll 2 trigger gets Paricia, which is used to trash the spin. Front company, second server, trash with Smithbone probably. And another Wedge Walker accessed and trashed. Warlock on 5 credits, and yeah, it was Creative Commission last week. And that's looking for 3 credits, and then as a 4th one, undoing it, which is on 5 credits. Five cards in hand, probably considering an install. Yeah, install in server 6. So this is first click to draw up to 7 cards. I'm running server 6. There's Anemone in this deck, Cuban played with Arizona ability. There's not raising, gaining 2 credits, and using Walty to trash Mistborn to get a daily card. And accessing a Reaper function trash with Parish. And then harvesting some money by just running the empty remote to gain Cuban. A click for 2 credits.
Yeah, seems good to have a Magnum Opus installed.
They're still not raising. Not sure what this size be. Probably Anemone wants to save the trigger for a significant. And selling another card in server 6 and 2 more remotes and a credit with the Wedge Walker clip. Warlock runs the last server this time. Server 18. 13 credits, it's a sting. Second one, so the last one will hurt. It will deal 4 damage, I think. Maybe significant threat for devs. False lead, so devs install 2 agendas. Maybe he's desperate.
Wow.
5 points now. Oh wait, that says action. He uses false lead. Advances a sting, flatlining.
Damn.
Yeah, that was well played by devs. Whoa, that was very slim opening.
What a finish, what a finish. This was really, I mean, they played 12 turns in 10 minutes, with 2 decks that are kind of, they're not easy to play. But what a finish. This was, and I mean, we're gonna get to the 2 players in a second, but I just wanted to ask the folks on comms right now, What are we gonna do with this? It's a tie.
Hey,
What? No, that's
tiebreaker.
what Baz is asking.
Well, we need a third game.
No, I mean,
Good.
wait, no, wait. Third game. I mean, yes, but I mean, first of all, they would have to agree, and second of all, we have to flip a coin or something. Or what's? I mean, I'm just gonna defer it to you. We have both TOs and all the players in the same chat.
I have coin.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah, which side? Okay. So, okay. I mean, I'm leaving it all to you to decide. Who's flipping coins?
Hmm.
You can actually do a roll, no? Like, there was the roll thing. Roll 6, for example. I mean, it doesn't work because I'm in the chat, but it doesn't.
Oh, I like the idea of them playing SG starter decks, but it's whomever playing comp that wins. So no.
Players are saying they're okay with calling it a tie.
Yeah, I mean, we can call it a draw. Yeah, I mean, that's a. So, I mean, this is the most how to put it, diplomatic and gentle and fun approach to this, and I'm super happy with this. But I mean, I don't know. Let's. Do we need a
It's a bit
winner?
boring now.
George, do we need? What do you mean boring? We had two super exciting games. No, I'm kidding, of course.
Yes, but I do want to laser that plaque, you know. Oh, we could give both TOs give our personal decks to them to
Ooh.
make a tiebreaker.
Ooh, I don't know. I mean, this is so. To anybody, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you a few minutes to think about it, and discuss it in the text chat, or even live here with me. But it's just for anybody watching. And by the way, thank you so much for watching. This was totally unannounced in a way, in some ways, and so on. But also people join and whatnot. In case you're wondering what's happening here right now, well, we had a draw. You could theoretically say, for example, one of the possible tiebreakers,
Yeah.
which is by no means official.
They
Yeah,
are excited to play again, yeah, I think.
they want to play again.
They're rolling.
Yes,
They're
they
rolling
want,
Okay.
they want to play again.
So, yeah, one of the
So,
tiebreakers I would use is like, you know, how many
They also
agenda
did
points
the
you get.
roll. They're not waiting for us. So
Okay. No, fair enough. They decided.
Warlock is running.
Yeah, okay. Whoa, okay. I mean, that's.
We have a rematch. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I mean, I'm all up for
goes
this.
always be running.
Yeah.
Players have decided. They wanted to play it since.
Well, we could have the TOs kind of pick up the you know, the gauntlet and just say, yeah, I'm gonna represent. But no. I mean, let's be the
Yes.
champy part here. I mean, we can, if you want, we can organize another one where we have the TOs, you know, challenging each other. Why not? Always up for that. But yeah, I think it's gonna be the champs playing, and here we are back in it. So back over to you. Game 3, the tiebreaker. Now, whoever wins this gets all the chips, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
If you do the TO thing, then I'm going to send my co-TO and champion representative, of course.
That's cheating, but okay.
That's get
Oh,
his hand and
if you cheat,
Warlock
I'm sending Galera because he's better than me anyway.
Game already started at a pretty good pace as usual. Already Spin and Wedge Walkers installed four remotes for Davs. And again, Bones and Commission likes the last opening. Pat Campaign and Bladderwort race, so Bladderwort triggered Trashing Hush. I think for the good of the show, this is a better matchup. It was really much more tight and indecisive than the first game. So probably we'll have still some tension. Front Company raised 3 new servers. Warlock draw and runs R&D. Nothing. Runs the Front Company. Trashing it with Miss Bone. Going after Bladderwort, obviously. Trashing it. Wedge Walker and Pat Campaign will be probably the next targets. Davs drawing 3, gaining a click with Wedge Walker and installing a new server. Only on 2 credits. Wedge Walker trashed with Miss Bones. Third draw. No surprise. And Delicast himself. Yeah, not leading the Pat Campaign because it prevents the Bladderwort trigger, I guess. Another Witchwalker installed, and 3 more servers. Warlock run server 6. It's a Reaper function. Trashed for 2 on Miss Bones. Only 1 credit on Miss Bone left. Run server 7. It's a Daniela. 5 cards in hand. Phase 2 to trash. Oh, it wasn't raised, so no tax. Drawing again on Creative Commission. On 5 credits. So no raise at the beginning of the turn. Till 3 phase down. Corpse. Ice up server 11, install server 13 and clicks for credits. Warlock draws 2 cards. And server 12, it's another bad campaign. So stay there. And selling a coalescence. I'm getting the credit off of it. Ending that turn on 13 credits. And discarding a D11Z. That campaign is raised. And the corp is scoring server 13 false lead. That was a 1 and 2. And gaining a click with Witchwalker. Telework trashed with a net damage. And icing up the Witchwalker for the last click. Warlock draw 2. Install Stone Ship. That's a useful card in this matchup. Still no Wall Tree. And in server 10, Reaper function. Good trash. As you spin to shuffle back to Reaper function before the mandatory, then draw 3 cards to 5 hand size, and then advance in server 11. So a Fuji maybe. Warlock draws 2, or maybe a Sting, and run to server 11. Takes the bait. Sysant.
Ooh.
Use for Fizarum, I guess. Or Ika, maybe.
Either would be good.
Yeah. Ika.
Oh yeah.
That's choosing event. So it's only 2 credits to break Sysanton with Ika, and it's a Fuji, indeed. So taking 3 net damage. Drawing a card. Not much threat on the board. That's some 4 credits. Install 3 new cards, 1 in the ice server. And then place Bring Them Home.
Ooh.
Trick shot on Telewalk. Move to the top of the stack. And then shuffle. Overclock shuffle. Yeah, it's a threat text. So yeah. Warlock started their turn only on 1 card. Draws 2. I seek for action because of false lead. No action. Draws. And then raise Rashida and cohort. Labs. Only drawing back up. Okay. New remotes again. Server 16. Server 11. Server 17 on Witchwalkers. A second ice on server 11. 7 credits. There's a few splats. Yeah. Both Reapers have been shuffled back. Trick shot, first click. These 4 cards. So, stealing a Sting,
Just yeah.
taking 2 damage. Using environmental testing and burner. And not running any remotes. Just drawing, not taking any risk. That's weird. Could have trashed that campaign. Or... Oh,
Okay,
that's
false
just
lead.
force lead again. Reaper into Sting, I guess. So it looks like it's another game for devs. Oh yeah, the stone chip. Wait. Another false lead.
False lead.
Ah, it's not over.
Well, I guess trading a false lead for another false lead
And
is not the worst.
playing Bring Them Home with the Wagebroker click. Keeping the pressure. 1 card, so drawing. Posing for action, I guess. Asking. I think Dav didn't have any time to put another threat on the board, so okay, just drawing up back to 4. Got used to trash up and scoring another false lead. Just
Okay, that
the
looks bad
third
for
one.
Warlock now. That's not
Raising
good.
spin and icing up R&D. Yeah, that's a threat. With 2 false lead, the corp can now take the whole turn of the runner. So devs can set up a killing threat in 3 clicks, and then forfeit the 2 false leads. Only Stone Chip can help, but it's been used already. And now draws 2, run HQ. Getting the wall tree with an SMC. Trashing Maze Bones to get daily cast. Maybe I would have gotten yeah. Need money, but Stone Chip is tempting in this position. Using court again to draw to trash from HQ and gain 2 crates and draw a card. No cut to add-ons on the board. Dev's taking his time to think, but to set up a killing threat. So installing server 11, 18, 3 installs again, and a front company raised, and advancing in server 11. Warlock on 5 cards. And there's a force lead threat again. 4 credits. Wall tree is now online. Plenty of open servers to get a trigger if needed. Running HQ. So using wall tree to trash coalescence to get another coalescence. Accessing Bring Them Home. Getting the coalescence money. Now that they've run a remote second central, they can run remotes on this Papa trashing cohort for 2 credits. Then the front company. For more credits. Not running any face down. And clicking for credit last click. So the 19 was Marilyn. I'm scoring blood in the water with 4 advancements. 5 advancements. That was a 2-5. You did the wet worker click and down to 4 credits. But 4 points died for now.
Yeah, if he can install a Fuji and advance it once, then he's already won the game, right? With the twofold. Oh no.
Yeah, now if you forfeit them, you don't have the points.
Exactly.
Okay, running HQ again, using World Tree to refresh the coalescence, accessing Bring Them Home again. That's only on 3 cards. And playing Shogambo. 5 cards in hand, just bearing his time, not taking any risk. And I've done 8 credits and 4 cards. So installing 2 new servers and putting another one in server 11 again, the iced one. Getting a click with the Wedge Walker. This Wedge Walker has done work. It's gotten him a few clicks. And drawing last click. 2 cards in each. Something to go look for what this card is. The one that isn't Bring Them Home. Clicking for 3 cards with Diesel, and then overclocking server 21. Using World Tree, Trash Coalescence to get Muse, to get Dark Perisher maybe. No, Fizarum for server 11. On trashing a Marilyn is a credits from up the clock. So probably contesting server 11 now, 2 clicks left. Oh, no res. Credits to Rex Isantan. Savalism is a bladder work, which is trash for 3 credits, and Simul Cheat installed last click. Game's a bit stalled. Again, 2 new install. I'll Bring Them Home now, played. So Warlock start is done only on 2 credits. Playing Diesel. Go back. Lucky to keep this one. Asking for action. Yeah, draw Diesel. No, go ahead. So I think they are going to run on server 20. Trash Simul Cheat for T400. Okay, I'm trashing a cohort. Then drawing up to 6. Very patient and controlling gameplay from Warlock. That's how you have to play this matchup. Very good.
Yes.
And to turn. Oh, Devs forgot to raise Rashida. What happened? No, sorry. Oh yeah, I forgot to use spin to shuffle back to Bring Them Home. So yeah, he's played a lot of those already. It seems already central to his game plan, to his skill plan. Especially with the 2-4 lead, it can really help. Also, no, he cannot start the turn. Jinpeki is messing up.
Oh no.
Will reload. Very good, very good gameplay from boss player. Really tight.
Yeah, that's our longest game so far, right?
Yeah.
I think they both desert each other with those decks, you know, the Prisony PE and the Prisony Orb, just trying to be as mean as possible.
Yeah, but the Orb is more proactive, I think. I think this deck, I'm saying this, but Dav told me that he wasn't that much happy with it because it relies more on runner making mistakes than
Yeah.
really having a well-oiled game plan. And Warlock isn't making many mistakes. He did in the last game. He did one. It was costly. Technical draw. They don't seem to be able to restart the game.
Oh,
Yeah, I believe this is the moment where we should be calling Jinteki.net devs and saying, hey, we need you to fix things, but we'll see how... If they figure it out, great. Otherwise, it will be very hard, I mean, really impossible to recreate the board state. So...
well, maybe core, I guess.
Yeah.
They should know
They're
what
trying
to do.
to... Yeah.
But
He tried to do the spin
Oh,
doctor manually
they're
because
online.
that's the way he wanted to
I
end
had
it. Doesn't
I
help.
asked them really quick.
Well, let's see. Both players probably have enough practice with Jinteki.net to try and figure out what's going on. But again, like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening on a very complicated platform for a very complicated game. So what do we do here? I'll defer that again, the decision to the players actually, because they've been, you know, running the show quite nicely and efficiently. The TOs can probably just step in and decide what we're gonna do. But for now, we're a bit stuck here. But don't worry, time to actually play by hand. The best option is right now would be we ask both players to quickly connect through a video call, and then, you know, put the cameras, you know, onto their respective playmats. And then they have to recreate the decks because they have the decks physically. So, you know, there's still 28 cards in the stack and the heap and so on. So you just kind of put things together and then they shuffle and then we keep going. But I don't know if that would work.
Raphael, please write up that I've called for help from the people who's organizing and TOing AMTs, so they know Jinteki quite well.
Okay.
No, that might, yes, thank you. that might just blow it up.
Well, we'll see. I mean, this is the thing. It's a lovely platform put together by a lot of people in the community, and it has its ups and it has its downs. It definitely makes it possible for a lot of people around the world to enjoy the game and share and play matches that would usually be impossible, because how the heck do you play somebody from Asia if you're in Europe and somebody from South America if you're in China, for example? Like, it's just not possible. But with this platform, it works. However, sometimes it has its hiccups and so on. So for anybody and everybody watching, if you're expecting that we're gonna figure this one out right now, let's see. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. We're gonna have a technical break, I guess. I mean, we're still here, so we can talk about stuff. So my co-commentators, yeah. So what do you think? We're gonna be talking with the players later, whatever happens, But what do you think about this particular style? You mentioned the prison decks, Luke. It's like the corps are going now. Nobody's installing ice anymore. Nobody cares. It's just put as many challenges in front of the runner that the runner actually has to interact with and trash, and then just punish the runner. Both of these decks are not only about scoring out, I guess, when we're talking about the corp decks. What's your opinion on this?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of runner decks that have been very good at breaking ice with Turbine and World Tree, and so Corps have been pushed to more horizontal strategies, and yeah, we see much less ice, especially on centrals, and they try to fork the runner between a kill threat and a scoring threat, and some completely go into threatening the kill, like Ryan Twins Mad deck, where the fallback on the scoring is really, really rare. And some other are more like super modernism and really have a scoring plan. And yeah, those two are really trying to kill. And yeah, Davs is only scoring 4th lead to increase his skill threat. But maybe with the World Tree ban, we will see the meta, the ice being a bit more valuable. We'll also see a bit less turbine in runner decks. It's less prevalent, I think.
Fair enough, fair enough. We have a technical roll of the dice in a way, I guess. I mean, David trying to think if maybe there's everything's working. Okay. Oh no, are we back in the game? Yeah. Well, no, wait. Yeah. Okay. Back into the game.
I'm not sure. No, that's accidentally raised the Reaper function.
Judge call.
The interface is still somewhat working, but he's unable to start his team.
Oh no. Ay. Okay, so this is the moment. If it doesn't work,
He's trying to reload the. I thought he already tried. He just left and rejoined.
yeah. So if that doesn't work, I would say. I mean, I'm not the one to take any decisions here, but I would say we can just call it a draw because it's 4 agenda points both sides. Perfect. I mean, I think this is just the game saying, hey, you know,
Yeah.
they're both very good and that's it. Like let's just agree with it.
Yeah, I think he's tried the last one time, seeing up manually or what.
They're both the Davs is like a big spike, so you want to play it out. Yeah, okay. They want to play
So
it out.
Rainbow, you're the judge. So are you calling it a draw? Should I tell them?
Oh,
Yeah, both judges have
guess
to decide here.
if they want to play it, let them go for it.
But
They're
now,
going to
I
try
mean-
to play it manually.
so
Yeah, why not?
how is this gonna work now?
They just
I think
do every
just
action
technically it's
by
manually.
they
Wow.
click everything and move everything and just yeah.
Oh.
No, nothing will be automatic anymore. So
I mean, we'll see. I mean, this is so again for people watching, for spectators, it is totally possible to manipulate the board state in many different ways using different commands. So what you will probably see right now on the screen in a few minutes, if they really decide to go forward with it, is just basically playing this as if it was using, oh geez, what was that? Octagon. That was the tool. So Octagon was kind of automated, but it wasn't. Let's see if things work out with a last minute hack. But anyway, they can still finish the game. It's just gonna be trickier.
So done and the click. Nav's got a click. Okay. Bloomir has joined the game. I see, maybe not. That's
The start turn button is broken. That seems bad.
yeah, there.
So for anybody wondering, Ella Blumeyer is one of the members of NSG as well, a tournament organizer, meta wrangler and whatnot. So we have people here knowledgeable and whatnot. Oh yeah, this is quite fun, and we're having fun, of course. For anybody just tuning in, we're trying to see if the Swiss champion or the French champion of the Nationals 2024 had a better hand and had a better draw, and basically is a slightly technically better player, or I would just say luckier, because right now it just looks like fishing for agendas for both of these decks in a way. Or against both of the Corp decks that are kind of the key challenge here. But we ran into some unexpected technical issues, so we're trying to sort it out. That's a good one. Totally. I mean, I just see this as the Cosmos saying this is a draw. But then again, of course, I'm all up for seeing this play out to the end. So I don't know. In the meantime, I would just say, how about we talk about any initiatives about organizing tournament organizers together a bit more tightly, so people don't organize the tournaments of big tournaments in similar metas geographically at the same time, because I think this has been on the agenda for quite a while, but no, I mean, people have been talking about basically the tournament organizers, the people doing stuff have been talking for a while about, hey, how about we just have we organize it somehow. And so what would you say? I mean, is this feasible? Because it could be super hard. I mean, nobody's doing this for a living and everybody has a life to take care of. How would it work?
We need we obviously need to better organize and coordinate, and for that, well, there's the Discord made for TOs, but I guess we could have just EUTO's small Discord to just say, hey, I'm thinking about making an event, etc., etc. And yeah.
That has done his manual start of turn triggers manual.
Oh, okay. So sorry, Monkey, we're gonna get back to this subject for sure later. It's super exciting, but let's now get back to the game, please. Okay, thank you so much for that. They're playing it manually. Okay.
Yeah, he took 7 credits from the pads, Rashida and Marine, and draw 4 cards, 3 from Rashida and 1 from the mandatory. Shuffled back to Marine, and he's installing in server 11, server 23 and 24. 24. And with Woodwalker click, he plays Bring Them Home, which put back Trickshot and Simul Chip, and then Overclock in the stack and then shuffled. Warlock takes 4 clicks. Oh, that is forfeiting both fault lead. That's why he didn't want to stop. He's put down 2 function. Okay, you got it, Devs. Well played.
Yeah, I can see now why Devs wanted to play it out.
Well, I probably drew them off the Marine, at least one, but
okay.
He didn't have the win when he called for to continue that.
So we did have a huge cliffhanger here, but they actually managed to finish the game without breaking anything too much. But yeah, absolutely. The Cosmos was saying, you're equals. So we're gonna have both players hopefully join us in a few minutes to talk about their decks, their ideas, their choices. We're gonna have some spicy questions probably. But yeah, what a bunch of games, huh? What a bunch of what a set of exciting, regardless of how oppressive you could say both decks were. The Corp decks, of course, I'm talking about here. Really exciting games because it's a kind of a different game nowadays. I would say when you look at some decks, of course, the meta is still very diverse, very varied. There's a lot of different things. But for now, congratulations to David, to Davs 131. We're gonna be switching. Screens, and I'm gonna try and get both of the champs here into the room with all of you. I just have to make sure that they have access. I guess that. Wait a second. I just have to ping some people.
Do you want me to sing to celebrate?
Oh yeah, I mean,
winning?
you said you're a great singer. I don't want to take this away from you. Yes, please go for it. Like whichever song makes sense.
No. I don't have the microphone set up to do it.
Ah, okay.
I guess it will saturate. It's a gaming headset, so
Okay.
I could put it in a corner of the room, but yeah, I have quite a powerful voice.
So we have to go to the other room.
But
And
yeah, next time you come in Nantes, just give me a shout out, and we'll go into a pub and do
totally.
a shanty or something.
Totally. We totally should do a karaoke. I was in a karaoke last night. Oh, the chance for
shanty.
Jeez. Oh, a shanty.
Better.
Okay. I mean that makes kind of sense as well. Yeah. I'm not good with sea songs much, but I'm guessing you could teach me a few. I just have to fix the channel because apparently it's not good enough. How the heck do I increase the limits here? Jeez. Because
I can just fuck off if needed.
No. Don't worry. It's just no. It's just I have to. There are some things. I just have to click a few
Can I
things.
swear on your stream? Sorry.
I guess this was not. I mean, we're not too harsh on this here for now. This is a non-official stream and whatnot. But I'm just trying to figure out where the heck do I add another person because it has an. Ah, there we go. Okay. I was just never expecting to have so many people on the stream. I'm just gonna pull Warlock into this channel. Okay, so now everybody's here. Sorry for the technical limitations of my server that I haven't touched in a while. This is a first stream in a long time, but we have both champs here, championing. Yeah, they've been championing for our entertainment and pleasure for well over an hour now, I think.
Yeah.
And congratulations to both of you for an amazing run on both events. Thank you so much for playing the games today, because it's of course a Sunday day off for a lot of us and whatnot, and you still decided to compete here and on very friendly terms and just running the games, even though the platform in the end kind of gave us some trouble. And now I would just like the two of you to engage in a very specialist discussion. I'm kidding. I mean, no. Could we have a chat about first of all? Rolling back. It's been a while since I've been doing this. First, we're gonna have you both introduce each other in alphabetical order, please, and then. I would love to have a discussion between the two of you about, first of all, the Corp decks, because I think that's kind of the big thing, and then the runner decks, and you've seen the list and so on. But first, David, can you please start introducing yourself and a few words about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Davs131, David in like most of the time.
Oh, Jesus, David, sorry for the mispronunciation. Go on.
Yeah, no worries. I've been playing for about 3 years. I got into the game when System Gateway launched, and have kind of fallen in love with the game ever since, and quickly started wanting to play tournaments. And so, now here I am. Started off by going to the local Nantes tournaments that that Rainbow Monkey was doing, and now we're here, so that's pretty cool. And thanks a lot for having this on, because we're playing, but you organized all this, and that was really, really nice. So cheers, and thanks a lot for that.
Well, thank you for being here. Warlock, what about you?
Hi, hello, yes, I'm Warlock. I'm a player from Italy. I've been playing since, I want to say 2017, when the revised core set from FFG came out. I've been hooked since. I've been a competitive player for a while, but I've been putting my effort in the game more and more recently. So I'm glad to be here. It was awesome to play this one show match. So thank you again for organizing. It was fun.
Yeah, sorry for breaking JNet. I didn't mean to do that. This is a reminder to anyone that you should do your triggers before you do Rashida, because I think that's what broke it. Well, that's what led to me doing the undo turn. So yeah.
Blumir said on the chat that the undo turn feature was broken. It was
But I had to do undo turn
12 hours ago.
Yeah, but I had to do undo turn because I messed up my spin trigger. I wanted to get the Brigham Homes back. And yeah, so if I'd done my triggers correctly, then none of this would have happened.
So wait a second. So technically speaking, that's a game loss on. No, I'm kidding. I'm not saying
So
anything.
warning, mind your triggers. Yeah.
Whoops.
Like I can't wait to tell Council that an undo turn action messed up JNet because he's gonna love it. He has been telling me about how I undo clicked a run against him once, and he's been holding this over my head for a while. So this is gonna be good content.
Awesome. Okay, I think the biggest elephants in the room, even though there has not been a single elephant card played in any of the matches, I think I was watching very closely, but I haven't seen any elephants showing up. But the biggest elephant in the room, I would say, is the current state of the meta. The ban list, of course, just dropped hotly very recently. It's a very short ban list, so we just have to worry about the World Tree, and we can talk about that, of course, Warlock, especially in the context of your deck that you were playing. But in general, I would love for the two of you to discuss your deck picks, because they did bring you victories, and we're gonna start with the Corpse, because I think these are kind of the spicier setups here in a way, like they're kind of less obvious, or in a way they're obvious. My general question, or my general kind of frame for the discussion would be, is this the end of ice breaking for a while? Of course, because the meta can change in the future, but at the moment, would you say that Worlds will be not about ice breaking, but about basically interacting with the Corpse challenges in different ways than just going through ice? That doesn't really matter that much given the current card pool, and whoever picks up the question first from the champs, just go with it.
Okay, I think that whilst runners are going to have to be able to deal with all kinds of not scoring strategies, like just because of a ban, because it didn't change that much. Because World Charasana was very good, but like it may be a little bit above other decks in the meta, but the other, like Reg Shaper, is still wildly amazing. The thing with Reg Shaper is that it can be amazing and also have the tools to deal with ice. Like PD will be a force, and you'll need to be able to efficiently get into the PD remote. So I'm not sure that ice breaking won't matter at all. I just think that we're going to have to be able to be extremely adaptable to deal with the best scoring corp, which is PD, which will definitely be all over Worlds and all kinds of orthogonal strategies. And maybe Hyperglacier, since I'm not going to Worlds, maybe Hyperglacier has a say in it if everyone's expecting PD and kill things. So that's my take.
Yeah, I'm perfect. I agree perfectly. I think if you're not ready to face PD, your runner is not going to have a great time. PD is extremely common. It has been winning a lot, like despite our two corps being very light on ice and playing different strategies. I think PD still has the highest win rate, like a very good win rate in a bunch of different tournaments. So I would be shocked if Runner decided not to bring like very efficient icebreakers to deal with that matchup for sure. Icebreaker, I don't know, but like it depends on if the Runner decides that Turbine is not good enough for what they're trying to do. But
well, it's not just Turbine, right? Like imagine you're playing Boring Lat and like you have to play against the BTL Glacier from the same author from last year. I think you might not have a great time. So if you like counterpick enough, then maybe that worked out last year. Maybe it'll work out again this year.
Definitely, but I think Hyperglacier still has a very hard time against more low to the like more standard lat. I want to say that plays Turbine and the regular breakers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Also, to bounce back on the PD thing, I would have brought PD to French Nats, except that I knew that a lot of the players coming, because I knew there'd be quite a few Belgians who talked about showing up, would be on Deep Dive anything. So Deep Dive Sable for some of them and Deep Dive Lat for some others. and those decks are kind of built in part to just destroy HB scoring strategies. So I couldn't really play PD, and so I brought a deck that I thought was people had less practice into recently, and would attack from a different angle, and that was kind of a goal of the deck. Also, I just like Tempo P as kind of as a
anyone specific you decked against?
Not, I mean, I thought it would have a good matchup into Deep Dive Sable for sure, and I thought it would have a decent enough matchup into Deep Dive Lat. I think that's completely wrong now, having played the games, but so maybe if I had to do it all over again, I would do something differently. But
yeah,
that's why I built the deck.
For the people who don't know, the Belgian meta is famous for having a lot of deep dive lat, deep dive sable. Like all the competitive players, they love lat and love Swift lat especially. So I feel like that's a fair meta call to expect a lot of it.
Yeah, well, that's what happened.
Yeah,
there was I think there were 4 decks on Swift at least out of the 20 people who showed up to French Nats. So this was.
Yeah, the Belgian plays Swift. Either we're out of Sable or Lat.
Yeah.
We could say we can expect a lot of runners. No, okay, never mind. Sorry, bad joke. Very bad joke. It's a Sunday. But, yeah. So just very quickly, I have the list open with the Monopoly on Murder P finds the third door, because that's the list you've been playing here, and with a very controversial image here. I have no idea where this is coming from, but well, anyway, it's cool. I mean, it's. I'm just jealous of the drip, but the image is not the thing. The thing here is this only has 6 eyes, so we were already talking about this. This has also a card that I actually am very partial towards, which is probably going to be spoiling my decks in the future or whatever, but Daniela Jorge Ignacio, this is the card that makes you, whether it's an agenda that you steal or it's just trashing this asset, it kind of makes you randomly take, it makes you take randomly 2 cards from the grip and add them to the bottom of the stack, and it's a card that kind of works nicely, but would you say that the game has changed a bit since the let's say the few previous metas without all those cool effects into I set up my deck in a way that, well, of course it's gonna have draw and money because that's kind of the basis, the lifeblood of Netrunner, but it's also about messing with your opponent's decks in some ways, because I've noticed that there's an uptick, a slight one but still, with historically we had things like indexing and so on in FFG era, and then of course we had a lot of multi-access different tools, and you've mentioned deep dive as well. It's just, I don't really care what you did with your deck. I'm gonna dismantle it in a way that's gonna be kind of hard for you to counter once I set up for it. So this is not really about, maybe not even always about finding the agendas, even though that's one of the ways of winning the game, but it's just saying whatever you came up with on the corp or on the runner side, I will have something that's going to make it very hard for you, or impossible, well, not impossible, but very hard for you, because in the end still you do have people playing and getting the cards in random order and so on, but to pull off your plan, and things like cupulation, for example, is just saying, okay, I just take a card that was useful for you and then I'm going to have multi-access, and so it kind of takes away the toys from the other deck. You take cards away, you remove the cards, you mod them, you put them on cupulation, you do Daniela Jorge Ignacio, which is saying, well, if you don't have any tutoring, good luck, and so on and so forth. And this is kind of the metagame nowadays, or is it still the good old draw money, make runs to win?
I think, honestly, it's more that, and I think that's a good thing. I think that these effects, which allow interaction in ways that we weren't used to, are a little bit more prevalent now. Though I would argue that Daniela Jorge Ignacio is, I don't know, it's very different, but there have been upgrades of its style in the past, like Hokusai Grid. It's got very different functions that you wouldn't play Hokusai Grid in this deck, but actually, well, it was played in the Tempo Peak healing decks from a year and something ago, but still, they're very, very different ideas, but this is just a defensive upgrade which plays into part of Jinteki's identity, which is the kind of P, which is a part of Jinteki, and it just synergizes kind of naturally with it. Now, but I'm not sure it kind of interacts in the same ways, but I do think that runners have now gotten a variety of very, very good kind of tools to get around Corp game plans. But More's been around for a while, from what I understand, because More has been in the game since before I started playing, and people are very much using it. I think that mostly Cupulation is it has a very different function, but to me it's far less egregious than attempts at similar cards in the past, like Film Critic or something. Because Film Critic, from what I understand, defined the meta for like a good few years of Netrunner.
Yeah, 100%.
And yeah, so I really wasn't around. I only know this from playing a little bit of Eternal. But to me, these cards are smaller reimaginings of how to mess with a Corp in interesting ways. Although, yeah, but as you said, though, Cupulation, particularly against this deck, is quite disgusting. I was quite happy to see that Warlock wasn't playing it in his list. So, yeah.
Okay, and
Where you are. Where you are.
Yes, I am.
I mean, that's the thing. Let's just pick it up. This is the deck. I'm pulling it up right here. I mean, this is the list. You haven't published your deck list just yet, but this is one of those things where I remember during Swissnat, people were like, "Wait, how many cards do you have in there?" Because that's the thing. One of the deck building things in Netrunner, one of the kind of basics, I would say or one of the things we kind of learn early on while deck building and so on is like, okay, keep your deck to the minimum. And there is a minimum for a reason. It kind of limits you. Sometimes it opens new avenues and so on. But as a runner, usually for a runner deck, you try to limit the variance as much as possible. You try to increase the chances of getting the right card. Let's say through organic or card effect draw, but still it's kind of still drawing from the deck. Whereas here you have your deck is 68 cards, so the published version is going to be updated with this because again this is your deck. You kind of tweaked it a bit for the meta and whatnot, but just based on this as well, on the Curse of Friendship, 66 cards. If I built a 66 cards deck, it would fall apart, but it seems to work. What's the trick?
Yeah, I mean the trick is in a card that you will not be able to play for the rest of for a while at least, which is World 3, which is 100% the key for the deck. By the way, if you want to pull up the current list, I don't mind.
Sure.
I haven't published it just because it's extra boilerplate, and I don't feel like commentating on it more. I feel like the list is still the same, but yeah. The odds of hitting something that will get you the World 3 are fairly high. Even in a 68 card deck, you're pretty happy. There's a really good chance you'll find it in your first or your second mulligan. So it's quite consistent to get World 3 down turn 1 or turn 2. And once it's there, I mean, the bigger your deck, the higher the number of options you have. So you play all your economical stuff that you really want. You play your daily cast, you play your coalescence, and then you just fit in every single tech card that you need. So slowly we start adding more tech cards. Hush is there. Miss Bones is great for any kind of asset matchup. I put in a copy of Light Defier that deals very well with all the Skunk Void PD and other lists that come up. What else? Like Cupulation is awesome to deal with a bunch of different threats that the Corp can play. And so, like, the bigger number doesn't really impact what you do. The cards you draw from your deck are just kind of interesting in terms of what type of cards they are, because you can turn them into whatever you need. So you don't really care about what they are on face value, you just care about what their type. And so you kind of want to keep the same ratio of cards in there. So like about half, little less than half of programs, and then a bunch of resources and hardware. The latter being the most important, because you really need a lily pad in a normal game, I want to say, not against PE maybe. But you really need a lily pad, so you need enough hardware so that you can fetch the lily pad with a good enough consistency. The rest is just good shaper cards.
To be fair, lily pad does help you draw on like the Corp's turn, so it's also like a pretty cool side effect of a card.
It does 100%, but I think I have at that point you have to set up also the Simul chip and have something to throw away. It's a lot of pieces for a marginal kind of value, where I'd rather have a T400 and just go up in hand size and have the 6 cards hand whenever I need.
Yeah. Also, I feel obliged to ask, because Axie's mentioning in the chat, why did you cover Mache?
Okay, so Mache is a mediocre hardware at best that he mentioned once, and we never actually tested. And I don't think it fits in the deck, even if it's a good hardware. I don't think, like, even if it's a piece of hardware, I don't think it gets in the like close to the top enough that you want to play it. It doesn't do anything most of the time. I'd rather put more air blades in the deck, which I'm currently running one, but I could go on more before putting in the first copy of Mache. Also, he misspelled my name in his comments, so I'm not gonna acknowledge the rest.
Also, but I do have a serious question. What led you to putting in Vinyasha? I mean, this is like 1 card out of 68, so it might not be like that important. But why did you think you needed Vinyasha compared to the previous version?
So that's the last change I did. I went from 67. This is exactly 67 in Berlin to the 68 you see on the screen at Swissnaz. And the change was cutting one conduit for one Yashia and one Pretty Mary. Mm-hmm. The change is that like conduit takes a lot of time, and by the time you put it down, your opponent has like enough time to put an ice on R&D and make it much less effective. We run for cheap, but a Mew is hard to like run for cheap. But one more piece of ice can make the difference from running freely on R&D and suddenly breaking bank. And Nyashia plus Pretty Mary gets you instantly those 2 to 3 accesses. Like Mary is great with trickshot, so you can like get her early on. She's also 1-cost resource, so she becomes anything else if you don't think you need the multi-access. And then Nyashia just makes it so you can have 9 easy accesses on R&D between it and Mary, and that's just like faster aggression. And the deck does like the conduit felt really slow whenever we played it, and switching it made the matchups against like Rush HP much more threatening for us. Where we went, like the deck just got much more impactful against that.
Cool.
Really cool insights and so on. And yeah, I mean, this is, I think the ban list just having World Tree is definitely, well, it's making this deck unviable in a way. But I mean, without the World Tree, what's the biggest deck you would build, Warlock? Like, what would you go for? 45 with Narisana or 47?
I mean, if you wanted to play Arisana, which I think it's a fair call, a regular size deck would make more sense nowadays. In terms of big decks, I think Oshiko is still definitely one of those ID that can go way above limit, hit 50 or like close to 55 and still play a fair game plan. Also, I want to mention World Tree went 0-2 today, so clearly the SPT did something wrong.
I would like to point out that I think it's a mistake nowadays to go above 45 in your Hoshiko list, but there are some philosophical disagreements which float around in the Netrunner split.
Yeah, I mean, testing groups have been discussing this exact topic for a while now. So, all I'm gonna say is like low, like a min-sized deck might not cut it. I don't agree with you on that point.
But you have Ashen. You can just play the best 44 cards and play it all over again instead of.
Yeah, but Ashen is a terrible card that does nothing for half the game and does nothing most of the games. So I'd rather play 55 cards.
So here you have it, the philosophy of deck building, which is super duper important, and I think this is one of the ways for people, not only while you're playing, because that's already a thing, but when you're deck building, that's already putting your playstyle and your philosophy and your idea and your kind of game flow into effect, because yeah, you're putting together a bunch of cards that supposedly should come into your hands at some point and then make the game fun for you and less fun maybe for your opponent, or maybe not, but yeah, totally in agreement with all the statements here. Switching up a bit then, we have this ASA list. So this ASA list was published by Jan Tuno, but I think this is the same one you were playing, David, right? Yeah, it's totally the same thing.
I tried to make Tuno's deck better, and then realized that it knows more than me. No, but more seriously, I tried to do multiple cuts and change a few things around, but I just kept coming back to this being kind of this is when the deck felt smoothest, basically. I was curious about the 2 Mystics, but they really do work, and otherwise this is after you get over the fact that it has Spark of Inspiration and Retrieval Run, which seems weird, but it's pretty nice one actually. But it is which is pretty weird at first, but works really well in Esther, where you just really want to plow through your deck and get your 2 key breakers down.
Mm-hmm.
Because Buzzsaw here is more of a tech card into some scoring HP lists.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I don't know. The deck is sick. I thought it was kind of a comfort pick for me, because Shaper and Reglat would probably have been better overall, but this deck can adapt very easily, and I was expecting to face quite a bit of kill. And Esther decks, despite looking all aggressive and terrifying, have this option of just sitting back with their Marrow and just saying that the Corp can't do anything to hurt them, and just winning that way. So I like the adaptability of the deck, the playstyle of the deck. So, yep, Tuna built a really, really cool list. It's a shame, but it didn't get to show it off at ICC.
Fair enough. I mean, that's definitely. I tried playing. Asa. Was it Worlds in Barcelona? I think so. Yeah. So last year's Worlds, I was playing Asa, and it was really fun. But you definitely have to again fit into a particular rhythm or a particular playstyle, and then you sometimes face things like this orb that I would like to switch everybody's attention to for a second, because well, like, what have you done here? You decided, well, okay, my 68 card Ari is cool, but how about a 74 card orb? And let's take a look. This is definitely the elephant in the room. What the heck is going here? Because this deck has not been touched by any ban list or whatnot, so would you recommend it, or is it something that if you bring it to a tournament, especially a physical, like a real life tournament, where all the math and all the things that you have, the write-up, by the way, is glorious, and I'm so grateful as a person who doesn't play OB usually. I mean, everything is here, like everything is here. You just, like, the manual how to play this deck, it's there, so people read it. And would you recommend this deck for a tournament, which is, for example, Worlds coming up in the US, or not really?
First of all, shout out to Sebastian K, who built the first idea, and we've been iterating on this for a while. The last change we did was putting in Tranquility Homegrid, and that, I think, made the deck a lot more fun to play. But yeah, I've been campaigning for single-sided Swiss for a while. People who are organizing tournament know that I've been bitching about this. This is the first time I get to play this deck, because this deck is fairly slow, and this is the first big event in single-sided that I've been able to how do you say, to like pressure the TOs into switching format. So I wouldn't recommend this for any double-sided Swiss event. It takes it sometimes, and if you're not playing a very aggressive runner, you might end up going to time, and this does not win well on time. That being said, I think this deck is great. It's a lot of fun to play. I think it's good against most of the meta. It depends a lot on how many copies of Maw and to an extent Cupulation you're expecting to face. For example, I didn't think many people would be playing Oshiko. The trend on Oshiko being less and less popular keeps going every tournament I see. And so I wasn't expecting a lot of players at Swiss National to play Oshiko. Turns out there was one Oshiko, and they weren't even on Maw anyway. So without Maw, this deck is really hard to beat. It just sets up, slowly builds up this huge remote, not with ice, but with upgrades that you cannot deal with without like very specific tech. Has a very
like the
low...
fire can be an issue.
Yeah, Light the Fire
fire?
would be 100% something that we have to protect for. The deck has 3 border controls, just in case you face something like that. So if you expect Light the Fire, if you expect Burner that might mess up your combo, your border controls go on your HQ or remote, respectively, to defend against that. And yeah, that's basically it. The list is like I think the list is quite good against Lat. It's good against a lot of the shapers that have a way to deal with kill combos between, stone ships and stuff. But don't have a hard time dealing with 12 damage at a single time, or even like 8 to 10 tags that you can then wait a turn on and crush their stone ships. It is a bit of a challenge playing it live because you have to shuffle a bigger than normal deck. But other than that, like try it. It's very fun. It also the Varied Up is I think a great gateway into the deck because you really have to be mindful of every single one of your ob triggers when runner runs, whenever your turn starts, whenever you crash something with their ability of through extract. You have to know what you're getting towards. You know what you want to push towards your Gaslight to get the combo done. So there's a lot of math and a lot of thinking with the deck, but it's a great time, I think.
I have like a question fundamentally about the deck, but since you have relatively porous ice, what happens if Verona just takes like whatever number of accesses they need on average on your centrals with your Cursed Agenda suite? Like it's probably like 19 accesses or something to win, considering how it's like the worst agenda density you could run for Verona.
It's something like that. It's slightly like the density-wise, it's slightly less dense than a 6 agenda Azmari. But the thing is, it's like 6 out of like 10 out of 74 is similar to 6 out of 44.
Yeah,
but it's like it's painful to run through Anvil a bunch of times. And while the ice might be porous, the deck is running 9 bears that all have one or multiple hand runs. So it's not necessarily true that all the ice is porous.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, Anvil is the main way you slow down a runner that really wants to run. They just have to face this ice that takes one of their installable cards every time. You're not sad about using the ability. Sometimes you even use the ability just for the up trigger, which speeds up your combo potential.
I mean, definitely a beast of a card here, Anvil, because in a way, I'm assuming it's like, well, I mean, how often are you going to trigger this? But then if you're ob, it's a game plan for you, of course, and you're going to keep trashing. And as long as you get into the game of, we're playing here for agendas, or maybe there's going to be a kill or something. But in general, I'm just overwhelming your deck with removing your cards, with making it impossible to play whatever you have in there. So it's not really oppressive, but you definitely need to know how to play against this. It is winnable. You mentioned, it is always winnable because you can just run R&D 3 times if you're lucky and get 3 agendas, right? Which I really loved in the write-up. It's not, where was it? I mean, it's somewhere in there, but it's not game-proof against, isn't liable for unfavorable game results versus Sokka level players, because we all know that Sokka magic when you just kind of run and there's the agenda. Okay, I won. That happens, yes.
If you've seen Sokka play, that's 100% how it works. And also, like I think a couple of lines above, I said you relinquish your right to complain about Barons because the deck is 74 cards. You're never gonna find exactly what you want by drawing at least. But yeah, the Anvil in this 74 list is exactly like World 3 in the 68 Arizona list, where you want a big deck because you want your tutor cards to never run out of value. That's like paramount to getting the victory, and so you just run more cards, and it works out fine in this scenario.
Cool, yeah, perfect. I'm gonna be slow wrapping up, but I still have a couple of questions in the chat. If anybody in the chat, or if any of the other guests here, the TOs and whatnot, have any questions, by all means, cue them up. But my main question for the two of you right now, as people who have been playing in the cuts and have been facing different types of decks and so on and so forth, and here today when you were playing your decks, it's obvious that public deck lists in the top cuts in real live events with people and so forth, that makes a lot of sense. It saves a lot of brain power. It's just so good because it kind of evens the playing field and really shows, it brings the game to the front. It says, okay, how good are you at managing things and using the tools you have at your disposal against whatever your opponent has brought to the table, even knowing things, and especially actually knowing what's going on there, because you kind of play a double game with yourself of also trying to guess, like, is this a trap or is this not a trap? What am I doing here? What's the best play? But would you say that knowing the corp deck lists, of course, in particular here, given that you had kind of set deck lists, so you had to play with what you brought as runners, and it was a very nice face-off. Does it really make it, in a way, would it make it obvious that, okay, I have no game against this deck? So for example, in the case of Asa versus Ob, it's like, okay, you can try and you can get very close, but it's really hard unless you're very lucky, or Sokka. And on the other hand as well, against PE, you're playing Ari, so you were playing really well, and you always kept your hand size, in control and so on and so forth. But then there's this part where things just happen and they kind of spiral out of control. Even though I kind of feel like the Arisana versus PE matchup was slightly easier to manage. And then again, Ob is Ob, and then there's so many cards in here, theoretically no traps, but still. Would you say, rolling back to my question, would you say that knowing the deck lists for the corps on both sides for you made it easier to figure out what the potential result will be, or was it still more like, okay, I really have a line here? What would you say? David, let's maybe start with you, because you were playing against Ob, which is, like we were discussing, the agenda density is quite challenging already, not to mention the rest of the toys.
So this is a bit of a tricky question. I hadn't tested the P deck against Vulture. Oh, okay. The short of the long of my answer is, I actually thought the worst matchup was Ari into PE, but I hadn't tested it much. Because my theory was that World Tree Ari is one of the best decks at having a drip of credits and cards, and the challenge of a P deck is you have to keep up with the board, which is both taxing your clicks, credits, and cards, and you have to maintain this constant stream of them throughout the game. It turned out well, but the Ob matchup was kind of cursed, but the Ob matchup, I felt you have kind of a chance looking at the list, because once I get my breakers down, I thought I could just run centrals, which didn't quite happen in the game. By the way, if anyone knows, I don't know what happens to the Spark program once you don't install it, because obviously I was hoping to hit the other breaker and not Begamot, but I don't know where the breaker went.
I assume you shuffle it?
But it doesn't say on the card, I think.
Shuffle the set-aside cards into the stack.
So, and set aside as well?
Yeah, you just set it aside, but then if you don't install it, it just hasn't moved from the set-aside. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's the first time that's happened to me. I felt like the position was so bad I had to kind of do that. But yeah, I thought I was in a pretty bad spot when I saw the list. I thought it was kind of it was going to be tough kind of in both games. But seeing the corp list is obviously much better than kind of not seeing it. That I think that open deck lists usually like favor the runner quite a bit. So yeah, and also playing with open deck lists is just more fun because you know what can happen. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think runner has the most to gain from open deck lists, knowing exactly what you have to play around in terms of eyes and traps and stuff. It's definitely a plus. I mean, the corp is the one that plays with face down cards, so the runner has to deal with more unknowns than the corp, and therefore the open deck list I think is the bigger advantage. I want to say that the decks like my combo upkill have something to gain from open deck list, and that's knowing exactly what I have to play around on the turn. Since my strategy is so much more all in than the regular deck, where like once I go for the mutual assert distraction, there's no way I'm coming back from that. Like, right, I have to win on the sequence on the like next 1 or 2 turn, or something has gone majorly wrong. So playing again, like knowing exactly what I have to play around for my combo to work is very meaningful. Is quite the advantage. In the final at Swiss National, my opponent was running a criminal deck with 2 Cupulation and 2 class acts, and me knowing that there was only 2 class acts made it so I could combo without being sure that I had all the 12 damage I needed to kill through class act, because he played both class acts early on. So that's something that the corp can gain, especially like my kind of corp. But other than that, I think the advantage is majorly for the runner.
Oh, great! Really, two great answers that I was. I was really eager to hear because that's the thing. Whenever you get to that stage where you know exactly what your opponent has, you can kind of even start crossing things out, and then I think taking notes makes also a lot of sense. I haven't seen anybody in finals taking notes, and I'm not talking about Swiss nationals. I'm talking about in general because people are very tuned into their decks, I guess, and they're kind of in the game, in the zone, and sometimes taking notes would probably take away your focus. Depends on the person, of course. But I love the thing you said about being the runner. Being the corp and seeing the runner list and just saying, oh, okay, so I even know my scoring or killing or combo windows much better now because I can always check the heap. I can always kind of calculate things and so on, and see what the situation is, and then pulling off a combo or messing with the runner's game plan is much easier in a way because the mental work of trying to figure out do they have 3 copies of this or 2 copies of this is done for you in a way, for sure. Rainbow Monkey in the chat is saying, David, what did you say when you learned about the super finals, about your matchups? That's the you can get very discouraged, right? It's like, how do I beat this, or what chances do I have? But then again, it's a card game where you have things are still random at most of the times, so that's the good news here, huh? But yeah, okay, folks. Unless there's any wild questions in the chat, I'm checking in different, because in the interest of everybody's time, because we have also the TOs here on standby, I would just say a final round of shout-outs, notes, things to mention and so on. I'm not putting a time limit on this because everybody deserves to talk about this game and their enjoyment of it as long as you want. But I would also like to, for the wrap-up, I would like to drag the TOs into the chat later on, into the voice chat, here, to talk about a couple of extra things. But for now, from both players, from both champs, any final thoughts, final shout-outs, anything? You want to go first, Warlock?
Sure thing. So I want to shout out the people that helped me build this deck and that helped me test out the matches and stuff, which are the tiebreakers, my testing team. They're amazing folks who I would not be where I am without them. And I want to also shout out Italian National happening later this month. People book up your tickets, book up your flights, come to play. It's gonna be fun, I swear. I'm organizing, so I'm biased, but if you think you want to play one like a national level tournament, this one's gonna be great. A bunch of people are gonna be there, so come.
So a huge shout out here for the Italian Nationals happening in Torino on the 28th, 29th of September, which makes me already sad because this is the exact date for the Polish Nationals that I was going to do a shout out.
I know.
No, we're gonna talk about figuring things out for the calendar later. But yeah, you should totally go. Torino is an awesome city, and I can only imagine. We didn't mention this enough before the games and so on, but I think nowadays the events, especially kind of local events on different levels, they're all about the food and the company. Trust me. Like, okay, you might go there to play and win or lose or what have you and compete, and yeah, of course, you're more than welcome to do that, and it's totally the aim. But the part where people just get together, sit down and have great food, very often made by the people themselves or kind of organized around the community, that's the thing. So if you can give us a bit of a spoiler or some scoops, will there be any ice cream? And also, does the Jolly Joker Cafe have any particularly special plates that we should be looking forward to?
I don't think there's any particular special plate I could mention. They're just like a regular game cafe. I think they have a pretty good selection. But I have to say, we are organizing on behind the scenes dinners for like all the participants and people who want to join. So significant others and anyone who's interested. That's basically what we do in Italy. We start by organizing the dinners and then figure out when we can play cards in between. So if you think you're interested in Italian cuisine, that's also one major props of coming to Italian National.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm already sad that I won't be able to bilocate into different locations and enjoy all the games and all the company and all the good food. So sadly,
I'm sure we'll be able to make a similar event like this one for Italian and Polish national, right?
we should totally do that. So now you're forcing me to not win Polish nationals because then I won't be able to stream. Oh, fair enough. Anyway, David, what about you?
We'll find some manager stream.
Oh, sorry. Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll follow in Overlook's footsteps. First of all, yeah, I'd like to shout out EA Sports for like because they helped me get better from this whole time with everyone there, and yeah, it's truly been wonderful being able to practice and just like hang out mostly. So that also shout out to everyone organizing French nationals from again the food. And everything else, which was absolutely wonderful. So yeah, those are my shout outs, and thanks for organizing this once again.
Thank you so much.
I don't have anything to plug.
No worries.
Actually,
you have a podcast?
I might have a plug. Actually, though no one knows what it's exactly going to look like with the upcoming like changes to tournament structures, but keep your eyes out for like events in France, which we're gonna actively try to run. So do strongly consider coming over. We're not too awful, and we'll very, very happily host you if we get the chance.
Yeah, I'm just checking for now. Anything else happening before Worlds in France? So far, I don't see anything. But no, don't worry. I mean, it's all going to always be running. Yeah.
We have a whole seasons of COs.
Exactly.
And, of course, you're welcome to come over. Please do. Yeah.
You should totally go. You should go to Toulouse, or you should go to Nantes, or you should go to anywhere else in France where people are playing Netrunner, because it's always fun. And I also just wanted to I want to do a very silly personal shout out here, but I frankly personally believe that the French meta for Netrunner has the coolest way of saying make a run, because running in French is piratage, which is, you're basically pirating into servers and you're pirating into agendas and so on, and who doesn't love any piracy? I mean, it's like, it's awesome. So yeah, it kind of linguistically jealous, but it is what it is.
That's awesome.
It's you just get to pirate stuff. Fair enough. Okay, both of you, thank you so much for doing this. This was a lot of fun. This was a lot of your free time on a Sunday, but I really had a blast with this. The games have been super, super cool. So good luck with any other tournaments and non-tournaments, any other games you're going to have until the end of the year. And of course, in the new year, there's going to be in the new season also a lot of cool things. But thank you so much for joining. I'm going to be dragging now Rainbow Monkey and Luke Nukem into the room. Hello. Are you still with us?
Yes.
You're still with us. Oh, okay. You've been here in the corner staring at me weirdly all the time, the two of you. Okay, fair enough. That's why I kind of feel like, this kind of weird feeling on the back of my head. Well, anyway.
I mean, this is what TOs do, right?
Yeah, I mean, I should probably, I don't know, like judge or something. Oh no, you're judges as well. Anyway, so yeah, TOs just basically there.
I've heard from German nationals that there was a bit tiny too much of lurking from the judges from players in Belgium, but yeah.
Interesting. Okay, that's an interesting story. But this aside, so just to kind of make a big loop, which is not the Anarch runner, by the way. But anyway, make a big loop or make a big jump back. We started kind of talking about this earlier on the stream and about this potential Discord and so on, or a way of communicating different TOs around different. Well, basically, we're talking about, let's be honest, we're changing the scope here, or we're kind of limiting the scope here for Europe only, because hey, France and Switzerland and all the other things we've mentioned, we're European. We're talking about European meta, of course, more or less. How would you say this could potentially work? You already mentioned some things, but I mean, and again, this is all in the let's say thinking loudly and not saying, oh, this is exactly how it's going to happen. No, not at all. But what would be a good approach for the next year with the megacity events and so on and so forth? Given some context here as well, I mean, I'm kind of eavesdropping on what's happening in the Polish meta, even though I don't live in Poland, I don't really play in the Polish meta nowadays, but there's definitely a big need, and from what I heard it in different places as well, for people to just say, okay, how do we make things work in a way that the whole mega city circuit also works out, and that, for example, people can, if they have, of course, the time and the means, if they are able, kind of have a bit of a tour around their nearest area, their region, so maybe not even the country, but like their region, to enjoy the most of the bigger events. Because again, there's a lot of stuff happening locally, which is great. And here, a personal huge shout out to every single person anywhere, not only Europe, that just says, hey, I'm playing Netrunner, I have some friends, or I want to get more people to play the game with me because I really like it. I'm organizing something small in a cafe, in a shop, at my own place, what have you, and I'm just doing this. And hey, we're doing this once a week, twice a week, or bi-weekly or whatever. And that's great. I mean, you're already doing a lot. So don't think that because you never organized the national tournament or you never helped with running Worlds or Euros or something, you don't matter. You matter a lot. And every single meeting you organize with, with a bunch of friends. And then there's a new person showing up and saying, hey, what's this game? That's awesome. Thank you so much for doing this. Keep doing this. But yeah, back to you. Sorry. And with this.
If I might add, that's truly the legwork of it, and the big events could not happen if local metas were not growing and thriving like they do. So yeah, that's as important as big events, if not more in a way. So yeah, keep doing that, please. And we are thinking about ways to support it a bit better.
Okay, so
if I may talk about next year. So, nope, I'm not affiliated with NSG in any way, so I'm just speculating here. I'm not sure how many megacity events we will see in Europe, given that the megacity structure, or the removing of the nationals and adding of the megacities, is mostly for the US and Canada, obviously. So I think we might be seeing somewhere around 10-ish tournaments that fall within the megacity thing. And I have already tried to contact some of the other TOs in Europe, and I've spoken with Warlock and Rainbow Monkey here, who are TOs themselves. And I think there's a big demand and also the will to schedule things in more of a cooperative way, rather than just signing up or sending in an application to NSG and wait if you do get an event or not. And I think that's actually really cool, and I think we need to pay special attention to affordability. Not everyone can travel to anywhere in Europe. It's really hard for some people to say, let's say travel to Switzerland, because Switzerland is just really expensive. Same goes for Norway or Sweden.
Yeah.
And I think we definitely need to find a good way well ahead of time to make it fair and affordable. And I think that will also help with potentially increasing people traveling to places where they haven't been before.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm definitely super looking forward to be part of that, if that's possible.
Yes. My thinking was, as I said, we should make a dedicated Discord or something where we can talk about it. And I'm a bit sad because obviously there will be less events now that nationals are gone. So there will be less big events in Europe in a way. And we are in the year where we're starting to grow again on player count in nationals. So that's a bit of a bummer for me personally, but also we can take it the opposite way and think about how we should aim for venues in cities that are hubs, basically. So like I don't know, Brussels is like really easy to reach for most of Europe, basically. Maybe not Southern Europe so much, but yeah. And there are a couple cities. We have to think about what are the cities in Europe that are easier to reach for as many people as possible, I guess. And yeah, that will change the way we think about it, and that can be good too.
Yeah, that sounds great, and I mean, definitely, I'm super on board with. As a person that hasn't organized anything in a long time, other than some online stuff a while ago, I'm super on board with figuring out how to make it work for people who are actually doing all the hard work. Because trust me, even though there might be people out there who organized a lot of online stuff as well, and they know it's not only clicking a few boxes on ABR and then not only sending a few Discord chats and whatnot, and you have a tournament and then it's all fun. It's also hard work, not trying to diss anybody doing online stuff only. It's a great way to get started as well. Like if you ever feel like, can I really organize a tournament? Yeah, of course you can. Like anything. It can be the tournament to celebrate your dog's birthday if you want. Why not? Just do it, and totally possible doing it online. As long as you don't break Ginteki.net, you should totally make sure you don't break Ginteki.net in any way using any weird interactions. But for all the people who are organizing things live and in person, it's a huge challenge very often because you have to think of so many different things. So huge shout out to all the TOs giving their best. And I'm kind of just thinking kind of laterally here. Again, talking about shapers a lot, sorry. Anyway, thinking laterally here. Yeah, the megacity situation will probably will definitely change the outlook on things and the approach to different things. I have no idea if this is going to decrease or increase the number of tournaments because I'm not good with counting. That's why I never win Netrunner games. But I think it opens up a lot of opportunities if people get together and start exchanging experiences and start exchanging tips and ideas and looking at the map with a slightly different approach, as opposed to, okay, we are organizing this for the meta in country X. What's a good place to reach in country X? Which makes a lot of sense if you're organizing things, of course, for the local meta, and that should still keep happening. But if you start thinking go on.
It's an opportunity for Europeans to cooperate and organize events between countries, and we have the district level also.
Yeah,
I'm considering I'm trying to get in touch with Barcelona players to make a district tournament in Toulouse, or maybe cooperate with running events also at this level between countries.
Absolutely.
To get close meta to meet each other. It's also an opportunity to mix it up. Maybe we can run more events actually with the districts.
Yeah, I think that's one of the one of the positive outlooks on this is just, okay, how do we make things work a bit across the borders in a way, even though in a lot of cases the borders don't matter that much. But then again, the time will tell, and what Luke mentioned here, like the sooner people start talking, and what Rainbow Monkey was also mentioning, like, the sooner the easier it will be for people to get into the discussion and to talk about stuff, the easier it will be to figure out how it's gonna look. But I think you having mentioned also increasing number of players and so on and so forth, and Netrunner being more and more visible again in different places for different reasons, for all the good reasons, of course. Sorry, don't have any silly thoughts about that. But yeah, with this happening, it will be a great. I think 2025 is going to be a great year for Netrunner, and it's definitely going to happen one way or another. The important thing is just don't give up, folks. If something doesn't work, because I don't know, you get a cancellation from a venue, or if you get I don't know, if something just doesn't work, don't worry. Things will fail. Like, that's normal. That's a obvious fact of life. Whatever you will try, there will be a point where something doesn't work because of just randomness or stuff just not working out. But keep going, and step by step you're gonna get there. Worry not, for sure. I mean, definitely. Okay, folks. any last minute, or not last minute, that sounds horrible, that's like you're boarding a plane. This has been an absolute blast, by the way, to organize and to run, but any wrapping up thoughts, shout outs, points to make, spoilers, scoops, I don't know, do we know any cards that will be showing up in Dawn maybe? No, never mind. Who wants to go first?
We know, but we can't talk about it
Oh
yet.
no! Everybody's gonna hack your computer now.
I actually have spoilers, but I'm keeping them.
Okay.
About a lot of things, but I can say
Mini.
that there will be exciting things happening afterwards. There will be
Ooh.
stuff that will be announced afterwards, I believe. I'm not sure about it, but it should be a thing that's happening. So yeah, even if you can't attend Worlds, try to follow the streams and what's announced, because there should be quite a few surprises.
I'm calling it right now. There's gonna be a card with a boat on it, I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah, we're unbanning endurance forward. Yeah.
no, there's gonna be a new card. It's gonna be called, I don't know, endurance, more endurance, or more enduring endurance. I don't know. It's gonna be a bigger boat
Endurance
doing.
Herrera.
Yeah, exactly. You install this card and then you just sail and win. Okay, cool. No, I mean, definitely keep an eye out for Worlds, because I have no idea, by the way. I'm completely out of the loop. But yeah, there should be some interesting stuff there, I guess. Okay, Luke, before you switch off, anything?
Well, look out for any possible community events.
Mm.
So whether or not I'm going to be involved in any of the megacity stuff, I would really like to do a community event next year. We've had some ideas floating around. Yeah, and just
Wait,
look
did you say
out.
floating around? You know what else
Yeah.
floats, right? Boats.
Correct.
Ducks as well. Who are you so wise in the ways of science? Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
That's definitely something that might be happening either next year or the very latest the year after next.
Cool. And we already were kind of half joking, half not joking about some sort of a European TO online thing, I guess. Yeah, that might be happening as well. We do have a grudge match, right? The Swiss TO versus the French TO. We already have it set up. We're going to be talking about details later, but expect that to happen as well. That's going to be quite something.
I've been sharpening my cards since a bit earlier to move the mouse.
Yeah, seeing that the French only won on a technicality, we obviously have to, step up and fight this out. I'm just
We always do, actually.
Yeah, I mean, the lines have been drawn, the gauntlets have been thrown and whatnot. This is serious. And I'm pretty sure, Warlock mentioned that already, but yeah, I mean, and again, half jokingly, half not jokingly, but I'm pretty sure we have to organize something with Italy and Poland, because, I mean, come on. It's not like we can win on food. We can try. Fortunately, the cuisines are totally different. But yeah. Okay, wait a second. I'm clicking things here. Gail, are you still with us as well? Would you like to I don't know, mention something? You have a podcast or? Thank you so much, by the way.
I'm running a CO in Toulouse on the 7th of December.
There we go. Wait a second, upcoming. I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. I just have to click the right boxes.
I haven't put it on Louisville running yet, but
Fair enough.
I will soon. Yeah.
Okay.
Only 12 seats, so it won't be a big event. But as I said earlier, I'm also planning for a district event in Toulouse. And I'm looking for a venue for 50 seats. So hopefully people can travel and come enjoy a district tournament in Toulouse.
Sounds
Hopefully.
great. Remember, if you go to Toulouse, you're not going there to lose. No, sorry, bad joke again.
Yeah.
Sorry, just get me out of
It's
the
fine. We used
get
it.
me out of the
Yeah.
room. Sorry. I mean, you should have a twin city called Twin, and then you could have tournaments.
Yeah. We're looking. Yeah, bring twinning maybe.
Yeah, I mean, twinning is always a good idea.
What else did we say we would do that would have a Born to Lose on it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Again?
Uh,
I can't remember.
yeah.
Sorry.
We can look into some funny art. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so we have a lot of promising things lining up, a lot of definitely interesting times ahead. It won't be easy, but it will definitely be fun. I mean, that's for sure. And I'm pretty sure there's a ton of stuff to look forward to. So I'm going to be this horrible person to say we're going to be wrapping up now, even though this has been a lot of fun and time flies when you're having fun. And just very, 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 very quickly, in case you can't make it to Turin, which is, in the south, which has all the lovely food and lovely people, and there's the Mediterranean nearby and all the cool countries and places you can visit and art and so on and so forth. But if you can't make it there for some reason, and somehow you're closer to Poland, to a place that's well known for esports and whatnot, Katowice, there will be the Polish Nationals there. So that's going to be quite big because it's going to be happening during an event which is all about board games. And if you're wondering, should I be going to Poland? I don't speak Polish. Do I have to? No, don't worry. Events like this are very international. There will be a lot of people. A lot of people speak different languages. You might be surprised. Just drop by and bring your cards if you have them. If you don't, there will be some demos maybe. We'll see. But anyway, that should be quite fun. I'm traveling all the way there from all the way here. So this is going to be quite nice. But yeah, no more spoilers. Sorry for that. This was just my only kind of a thing here. So, time to wrap this up. Really grateful to the internet for not breaking today and actually making the stream quite smooth. Huge thanks to everybody taking care of this happening today in a very smooth, very fun, very educational way as well, because we learn how to play up, how to play against up, how to play PE and what not. And hopefully, maybe perhaps if things work out, this is not the last stream on the returning wave of streaming. But hey, well, we'll see about that in the future. But in the meantime, it has been an absolute pleasure. I had a great fun time with everybody involved. So huge thanks to everybody here today helping me out with this. And I believe it's time to call the wrap. So thanks everybody, have a great time, and see you soon around some tables somewhere. Ciao.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all so much. Have a
Bye.
good one.
Thanks. Bye everyone.